encapsulate it. Okay, very good. Haribol Prabhu. Mataji, please go ahead.
Okay, Prabhuji. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Kunja Bihari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha, गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Mataji, that was very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
Very nice. You must sing regularly from now onward.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Yeah, very nice voice, Mataji.
Okay, devotees, what we are going to do, let us read the Mangala Charan also. Let us see who can read that. Indra Mataji, you want to try? I mean, you know. You want to recite?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshurum Unmiletam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahakana Raghunatanavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Very nice, Mataji. It was wonderful. So, devotees, what we are going to do now is we are on chapter 7. The last 4 verses, including 723. Yesterday we read this. So Krishna has kind of nicely explained why we should just go and approach him. He has talked about the 4 categories of members, Jivatmas, that go to Krishna, even for material benefit, or for distress, or just as an inquisitive, or as to know, become more knowledgeable. And he says he will accept everyone. Then he explained that out of that, the jnani who wants to know more about the absolute truth, about Krishna, is very dear to Krishna. And out of that jnani, who approaches him with a devotional mood, is very, very dear to him. And Krishna is dear to him, and the devotee is dear to Krishna. So in yesterday's verse, we see that there is one important thing here, antavat phalam, meaning when we go to the devatas, since devatas are also in the platform of material platform, So the result is also going to be material only. See, from here, we cannot really go to spiritual unless somebody gives us the spiritual path, what to do. That is why Guru is needed. Okay. But here, one thing, yesterday there was some brief discussion. Devotees, if I may show again this, if you can go to, are you all able to see this, devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So yesterday there was a brief question. Why cannot we spend more time on the upper platform? Why not? It has got all the, lot of luxury, lot of comfort. So what is the problem there? First of all, this entire loka, this entire universe is temporary, right? And very briefly, if you want to see what happens, there is our Bhagavatam is an amazing instruction, episodes. Bhagavad Gita is what Krishna spoke. Bhagavatam, which has got 18,000 verses, is about all the leelas of Krishna, Vishnu, and what the other acharyas, how the devotees interacted with Vishnu. Very detailed. So each question, for example, the question why we cannot get happiness in, let's say, Swargaloka. Why won't somebody be happy in the Swargaloka, right? For that, there is a very good, let's see, I have to go back, right? There is a very good example in Bhagavatam. Okay, so there is a personality called Yayati. Has anyone heard the name Yayati?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, many of you might have heard. So he was a very, a powerful king, and he marries a very powerful with a powerful family, Devayani. Devayani is the daughter of Shukracharya. That name also many of us would have heard. So Shukracharya is a Brahmana, is a guru, but he is the son of Bhrigu Maharaj, which is again a very elevated devotee acharya. He is also, in the Vaishnava lineage. But Shukracharya, very interestingly, he decides to be the guru for Asuras, not for the Devatas, for Asuras. So his daughter is Devayani, but Yayati, this is a very detailed episode. We will not get into so much of detail. We'll just try to figure out the kind of the gist, the essence of what happened with Yayati. Yayati also marries in a very secret way Sharmishta. Okay, so when Devyani comes to know that this is what has happened, he is also having a relationship with Sharmishta, she would tell her father, Shukra. Shukra is a very powerful personality. Shukra will curse Yayati, you become old. Immediately he'll become aged. The young king would become aged, and he's very materially interested, Yayati. He loves his wife very much. He loves his other wife, Sharmishta, also very much. Materially very attached. So after some time, he would go to Shukra. He would say, please forgive me. I've done a big mistake. I did not act properly, but somehow all this thing happened. Please give me back my youth. So Shukracharya, after all, he would say, that Yayati is his son-in-law. So he would say, okay, let us do this. I have already cursed you. So if one of your sons can give their youth to you, you can live much longer life, long life. So he would go to his sons from Devyani. They are called the Yadus. That is where the Yadava race, the Krishna's lineage begins from there, Yadu. But none of them, they will not agree to that. Then he will go to the Sharmishta's son. His name is Puru. Puru, if you can see here, Puru. And he would say, okay, father, if you really want that, I will give my youth. So he will become old. He will give all his youth, the strength to his father, Yayati. Now, Yayati would now come back to this Yadus which are all the sons from Devyani, he would curse them that you all your lineage from now onwards, you can never rule any kingdom for a longer time. So, as we would see throughout the Bhagavatam and historically, none of these kings, they could rule for a very long time. That includes Krishna also. Of course, Krishna is just part of the, Leela. He does not really fit into that. Krishna always plays according to the Shastra. He is the Shastra, but he is the script writer, but he plays according to the script. So that is, we'll come to that. So now what is happening from this Puru, only all this, the Kuru dynasty begins. That is where all this Mahabharata characters all comes out of the Kuru dynasty. And the Yadu and the Kuru, they are all cousins. That is how Krishna is also, Kunti is here, if you can see, Pandu from here. Where is Pandu? Pandu is here. Pandu would marry Kunti, and they have all this, Yudhishthira, all this kids. So they all belong to the Puru. Later on, they came to, many of us might have heard Dushyanta and Shakuntala. It's a very famous episode. Many dramascope have been made out of that. Then Dushyanta would forget that he had a relationship with Shakuntala. Their son is Bharata. We would see Krishna calling Arjuna Bharata Sabha, meaning, hey, Arjuna, you're coming from the lineage of Bharata, who was a very, very great king. So this entire thing is called the Kuru dynasty. Okay. Now what is happening to Yayati? He is in the material platform, enjoys, he goes to several, Swarga Loka, this Loka, that Loka, just enjoyment, that's it. And he lives for a very long time. In the end, he gets so tired. He says, still, I'm not getting an eternal happiness. Yes, I've enjoyed my material, my marriage life, physical life. I've enjoyed being a king for a long time, but still I'm not happy. Something is missing. So now he says, he would go back to all his grandkids and he would say that, you know what? I think the best way to get eternal happiness is just to surrender at the lotus feet of Lord Hari, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. That is the episode of Yayati. So the question that why we cannot be happy, even if we, let's say, so go to Swargaloka, is that it will not give us eternal happiness. Okay, so that is the episode of Yayati. Okay, now very briefly, let us see what happens to an Acharya like Surdas. Many of us might have heard Surdas. He was not a king. He comes from a very poor family, born blind, completely. At the age of 3, his family also abandoned him because they were so poor, they could not feed him. He's first of all blind. He doesn't know anything. All the time crying. He doesn't know anything about God. But he always used to cry that I'm not able to see anything. And where am I? Who will give me food? So he's almost grown on the streets. Then when he's about 5 or 6 years old, he would hear a very melodious kirtan going on. Those were the Vallabhacharya group. They are chanting about Krishna. And the popular, lyrics, Adaram Maduram, that bhajan they are all singing. He's not able to understand it. It's also popular, but something touches his soul. He just follows them. They don't even care because he's a young boy. He cannot see also. But anyhow, you keep on following them and slowly they will start giving him some food and shelter. Then they will all go to Vrindavan. Then he will slowly learn all this about Krishna. Who is Krishna? And in the modern contemporary historical concept, he is the first one to write poems on Krishna in the Braj Bhasha. He was the first one. He has written so many, I think it's Sur Sagar, I think one of his very popular things. And it is said that Radha and Krishna used to appear before him and dance, especially for him. And Srimati Radharani used to ask him, Surdas, do you want your eyes? And he said that, no, I don't want my eyes. I have seen whatever I have to see. And if you give me eyes, I will only see otherworldly things. I don't want to see. Very high level of dedication to Krishna and Radha. Similarly, there is another, our Gaudiya Vaishnava. This is Narottam Das Thakur. Well, he was always very, very interested in spirituality, knowing about Lord Hari, and completely fascinated about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he comes from a very royal family. His father was a king. He used to run away from house every time when he was like 12 years, 13 years, 14 years. He's running away. Wherever there is kirtan going on, bhajan going on, katha going on, he'll run away. So finally, he will take the shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he remained a brahmachari all the time. So the reason I wanted to put these three episodes is that one is Yayati, a very powerful king with lot of opulence, tries everything for many years. It is said that he has tried to be in material enjoyment for thousands of years, but still he could not get satisfaction. Whereas these two, like Surdas and Narottam Das Thakura, they were from their young age, they were so involved in to know about Krishna. They surrendered and they got the highest bliss. So I thought I will share the devotees. So that might answer that why we should always kind of worship Krishna. That's the best thing. That is the ultimate, and it is eternal. It is not temporary. So on that note, devotees, yesterday it was a different picture. We went up to here, Brahmaloka, and our Krishna Mataji, during the class itself, she had sent a picture, which we might be very familiar. This is half of the picture. Here is up to Brahma Jyoti. So Lord Brahma is here in the material platform. All the 14 planets are here. And then above that is Brahma Jyoti, which is Krishna's effulgence only. And above that, this is Brahma Jyoti. Above that is Kailasha, Shiva's, Sada Shiva. This is Lord Shiva's abode. And above that is, Aishwarya Dham, which is Lord Narayana and his expansions. And then finally, here is the Madhurya Dham, which is called the Goloka Vrindavan, where Radha Krishna and all the devotees are eternally. We read a verse also yesterday, devotees, from Brahma Samhita, that verse number 56, which kind of explains this is just not opulent. We are not looking for money. There is no money here, no exchange, no barter. Everything is available all the time, anywhere, the entire Goloka. You can do whatever you feel like. But all the individual atmas, jivatmas there, they have become now so spiritual, they are not going to ask anything other than that Satchit Ananda, all the time blissful, unlimited bliss, infinite. So the goal is, that is what we are looking for. Now the question is that, oh Prabhu, how do I know whether even I will go there? I even don't know what will happen in my next life. Does anybody know who we were last birth? Devotees, any idea? We don't know, but at least we can have some guess. We have done some spiritual work. We have this opportunity to read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so on. We have done something, okay? And we will see if there is a good opportunity, we can complete the journey this lifetime. If not, at least we are on the right direction. We are accumulating all the credits, devotees. When you are going to your master's degree or PhD, you get as many credit as possible, and then it will help you all the time. There is no loss at any time. So, devotees, any question so far?
Prabhuji, when we go to this Madhurya Dhamma, Krishna Lok, so are we going to take a human form or what kind of form? Whoever goes there, highly elevated souls.
Right. Not human form, Mataji. It is said that, Acharyas have said, our soul has the soul has got its own individual form, which is very minute. It is not human form. Definitely. It's a very spiritual form. And but each is a very distinct Atma. And there it is full of consciousness more than the physical form. Of course, there will be Shyam Sundar will be there in his personal form. But we are not going there with our human body. It is said that, Baldesa Prabhu, you want to say something?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. So, no, we are not. It is said that what we read from our Puranas, Mahabharata, Yudhishthir was the first one to even reach this kind of this Swargaloka. He's also going through these planets, It's all just a Leela. One thing, devotees, all the souls that have interacted with Krishna, they are in the spiritual platform, already. So, good and bad, both. But Yudhishthir is said to be the first soul who went to all this planet with the human form, because he was specially blessed by Krishna. But again, to answer your question, it is not a human form, it's a spiritual form.
Haribol Prabhu.
Okay. So, devotees, again, by taking up this Krishna consciousness path, knowing about Krishna, understanding how to connect with Krishna, we can find happiness this lifetime also. That's the best thing about it. Because most people would say, what is there? I don't know what I'll be next birth. Whether I'll get a human form, there is no guarantee. I don't know what baggage I'm carrying. What will happen? Everything good will happen, because right now, all your activities all the karma becomes completely clean slate. Whatever you right now do for Krishna, it is all positive only. So nothing to fear at all. What is Krishna saying in the last verse of Bhagavad Gita? Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo. I will remove everything, all papas, whatever you have done. Moksha isyami ma suchava. I will take care of it. Do not fear. Ma suchava. Do not fear. Moksha. I will see that you are taken care of when you completely surrender. Now, Bhagavatam, which, it's again another, all the Leelas about Krishna, Vedavyas, the last verse he says, Nama Sankirtana Yasya Sarva Papam Pranafam. Meaning, if you do Nama Sankirtana, everything will be taken care of. It is the easiest way, most efficient, simple, very nice, effective, efficient process. That is why we always keep on saying, let's chant. That's the easiest way to do it. So shall we dive into today's verse, devotees? Okay. So today's verse, Krishna is again talking about another class of not very intelligent group. We'll read that. This is a long purport. I'm not sure if we can complete this purport today, but we'll do our best. Why not we start reading devotees?
I can try, Prabhuji. Abhyaktam Vyaktam Aponanam Manayante Mam Abuddhaya Param Bhavam Ajananto Mamo Bhayamayam Unuttamam. Hare Krishna.
Haripal Prabhu. Devotees, maybe one Mataji, one Prabhuji can read. I'm not able to see all the names the way I have set up my screen. But please, if you want to read, please do not hesitate. Okay.
Can I add, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Avyakta Vyaktimapanna Manyante Mama Buddhyaya Param Bhava Bhajananto Mamavyam Anuttamam.
Haripal Prabhuji, very nice. Pashwati Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for showing the Mahabharata, the tree. It's very, very good, Prabhuji. Very nice. If you please share, Prabhuji, that the Mahabharata, the dynasty, the tree.
Yeah, devotees, one quick thing. These are all very nice, very fascinating information. We really don't pay too much attention, not this one. See,
Yeah, this.
here, these are all from this Chandra, the moon dynasty. Krishna belongs to the moon dynasty, you know, and Lord Rama belongs to the Surya dynasty, Surya. But do we know why Lord Rama is called Ramachandra? Actually, Krishna should be called Krishna Chandra, right? Because he's from the moon dynasty. But Lord Rama is called the Ramachandra because they're very interesting. When Lord Rama appeared, he appeared in the early morning. So all the devas and devatas are paying his obeisances. They're taking blessing from the baby Rama. They're also excited to see. They are waiting for his Leela. And Chandra, who is the moon, is the last because he appears only late night. So after all the devatas are gone, now moon appears. He would go to Lord Rama. He would say, "Oh Ram, Prabhu, I am the last one to see you in this form. Now, I don't know what Papa I did. I'm very, very sad." Lord Rama would say, "Don't worry. From now onwards, anyone who would take my name, they will take your name also." That's why it's called Ramachandra. Chandra is moon, Lord Rama is Rama. That is one way Acharyas have explained that how Rama, Krishna are the one and the same, how they glorify their devotees also. So he is called the Ramachandra. Not only that, he gives another very special boon to moon. He says, in my next appearance, I'll become as the Sham Sundar, the original Supreme Lord Krishna. In that appearance, you will be the first one to take my darshan. Because Krishna appears in the midnight and moon is the first one there. Everybody has gone, all the devatas are retired for the day. And moon is the first one and he would take the blessing of Krishna. Very nice kind of episode. Okay. So, who you were reading, Mataji? I'm sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Yes, Bhagavad Gita 7.24. Abhyaktam bhaktimapanyam mannante mama abuddhaya param bhavam ajananto mayavayam anuttamam.
Very nice, Mataji. I'm seeing maybe Pawan Prabhu is there. Prabhu, would you want to read the synonym and translation?
Yeah, sure, Prabhu. Avayaktam, non-manifested, Vyaktim, personality, Apanam, Apananam, achieved, Manyante, think, Mam, me, Abhyudhaya, less intelligent person, Param, supreme, Bhavam, existence, Bhavam, existence, Ajananatha, without knowing, Mam, my, Avayam, imperishable, Ayuttam, the finest. Translation: unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was impersonal before and now I have assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme.
Haribol Prabhu. Very nice. So, Prabhuji, some of these words, for example, Buddhaya, Buddha means intelligent. And when something A comes before that, that means not intelligent or less intelligent. Something
Got it. Abuddhaya.
Abuddhaya, correct.
Okay.
Ajnana, when we say Ajnana means, Jnana means knowledge. Ajnana means, not
Lack
very
of
knowledgeable.
knowledge. Lack of knowledge.
Lack of. Absolutely. Okay, devotees, this is a long purport. Maybe what we can do, we'll split into, even if you have to have a meaningful discussion, maybe we can read 2-3 paragraphs. Let us see. Yeah. Let us read up to this. Why don't we start reading, then we can take a pause. Who can read, devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. It's by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those who are worshippers of demigods have been described as less intelligent persons. And here the impersonalists are similarly described. Lord Krishna in his personal form in his speaking about Arjuna, and still due to ignorance, impersonalists argue that the Supreme Lord ultimately has no form. Yamunacharya, a great devotee of the Lord in the disciplic succession of Ramanacharya, has written a very appropriate verse in this connection. He says, Tvam Srila Rupa Charita Parama Parikshita Satvena Satvika Prabhalischa Shastriya Parakyatha Daiva Paramartha Vidam Matascha Naiva Sura Parakritya Prabhavanti Bodhyam. My dear Lord, devotees like Vyasdeva and Narada know you to be the personality of Godhead. By understanding different Vedic literatures, one can come to know your characteristics, your form, and your activities, and one can thus understand that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But those who are in the modes of passion and ignorance, the demons and the non devotees, cannot understand you. They are unable to understand you. However, experts such non devotees may be in discussion Vedanta and Upanishads and other Vedic literatures. It is not possible for them to understand the personality of Godhead. You want me to continue, Prabhuji, or somebody else?
Can somebody else read, Prabhu, the next 2 paragraphs? Then maybe we can take a pause, see how it goes. Who can read, devotees? Chandra Prabhu, you want to read this paragraph? Okay.
I can read
yeah.
that.
Sure.
Yeah. In the Brahma Samhita, it is stated that the personality of Godhead cannot be understood simply by study of the Vedanta literature. Only by the mercy of the Supreme Lord can the personality of the Supreme be known. Therefore, in this verse, it is clearly stated that not only are the worshippers of the demigods less intelligent, but those non-devotees who are engaged in Vedanta and speculation on Vedic literature without anything of true Krishna consciousness are also less intelligent, and for them it is not possible to understand God's personal nature. Persons who are under the impression that the absolute truth is impersonal mm, is impersonal are described as abhidhyaya, which means those who do not know the ultimate feature of the absolute truth. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that supreme realization begins from the impersonal Brahma and then rises to the localized super soul. But the ultimate word in the absolute truth is the personality of Godhead. Mo- Modern impersonalists are still less intelligent, for they do not even follow their great predecessors Shankaracharya, who is specifically stated that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Impersonalists, therefore, not knowing the supreme truth, think Krishna to be only the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, or a prince or a powerful living entity. This is also condemned in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9.11. अव अ- अवजनान्ति अवज्ञानति मम मूढ़ मनुष्यम tanum ashritam. Only the fools regard me as an ordinary person. Should I continue?
Shall we ask somebody else who has not read, but he given opportunity to?
Sure.
Krishna Mataji, you want to read from
the fact is, yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. The fact is that no one can understand Krishna without rendering devotional service and without developing Krishna consciousness. The Bhagavatam 10:14-29 confirms this. Athapi te devam padam bhujadvaya prasad lesanugrita eva hi gnanati tattvam bhagwan mahimno न चान्य एकापि चिरम विचिन्वन. My Lord, if one is favored by even a slight trace of the mercy of your lotus feet, he can understand the greatness of your personality. But those who speculate to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are unable to know you, even though they continue to study the Vedas for many years. One cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, or his form, quality, or name simply by mental speculation or by discussing Vedic literature. One must understand him by devotional service. When one is fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, beginning by chanting the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then only one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Non-devotee, impersonalist think that Krishna has a body made of this material nature and that all his activities, his form and everything are Maya. These impersonalists are known as Mayavadis. They do not know the ultimate truth. The 20th verse clearly states, Kames tes ter hrita gnana prabhadyante devataha. Those who are blinded by lusty desires surrender onto the different demigods. It is accepted that besides the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there are demigods who have their different planets, and the Lord also has a planet. As stated in the 23rd verse, Devan Deva Yajo Yanti Mat Bhakta Yanti Mam Api. The worshippers of the demigods go to the different planets of the demigods, and those who are the devotees of Lord Krishna goes to the Krishna Lok planet. Although this is clearly stated, the foolish impersonalists still maintain that the Lord is formless and that these forms are impositions. From the study of Gita, does it appears that the demigods and their adobes are impersonal? Clearly, neither the demigods nor Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, are impersonal. They are all persons. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he has his own planet, and the demigods have theirs.
Hare Krishna Mataji? If another devotee can read, maybe one more paragraph. Why don't, who can read, devotees? This final,
Prabhuji, can I try this Chandra?
Yeah, please go through.
Therefore, the monistic contention that ultimate truth is formless and that form is imposed does not hold true. It is clearly stated here that it is not imposed. From the Bhagavad Gita, we can clearly understand that the forms of the demigods and the form of the Supreme Lord are simultaneously existing, and that Lord Krishna is Satchidananda, eternal blissful knowledge. The Vedic literature confirms that the supreme absolute truth is knowledge and blissful pleasure. With Vijnanam, Anandam, Brahma, and that he is the reservoir of unlimited auspicious qualities. Ananta Kalyana Gunatmako. So, and in the Gita, the Lord says that although he is Aja, he still appears. These are the facts that we should understand from the Bhagavad Gita. We cannot understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead can be impersonal. The imposition theory of the impersonalist monist is false, as far as the statements of the Gita are concerned. It is clear herein that the Supreme Absolute Truth, Lord Krishna, has both form and personality. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So devotees, at least 2 or 3 devotees read the whole thing. Maybe we can start with Subal Prabhu. What are our thoughts, devotees, on this?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, as we can see here, Krishna is saying, unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who was impersonal before and have now assumed the personality due to their small knowledge. They do not know my higher nature. As we know, Krishna is the source of both Brahman impersonal and personal, because even the Brahma Jyoti, the light is coming directly from Krishna. And Krishna's form and pastimes, are the temporary manifestations, because he is the source of everything. Sarva Karana Karanam, as we read, right, Prabhuji. So, as we know, Krishna is, cause of all causes. He is, he gives the knowledge to everybody. Of course, we can connect to his personal Shama Sundara form, or some people, connect to him personally from a form of Brahma Jyoti. So, and here I remember reading how Yamunacharya, mentioned that only devotees like Vyasdeva and Narda can know your form and activities. Non-devotees under the, passion and ignorance, it is very difficult for them to know because they are in ignorance. And as you mentioned, Prabhuji, even in Brahma Samhita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is known by the scriptures like Vedanta Sutra. Everything is only coming from his, mercy. Even Shankaracharya also mentioned that, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate. So, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he of course he was a Mayavadi, but it was because based on the time, place, and circumstances. Because at that time, like Buddha was giving, because of the non-violence, he did not removed did not approve the Vedas, but Shankaracharya has to come at that time, because of course this is all Krishna's mercy. So only by devotional service, like chanting the Mahamantra, we can, attain his lotus abode. And that's my understanding, Prabhuji. Please add Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Haribol. You have given the main, essence of the verse. More thoughts, devotees? Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, I have a question. I am extremely confused. What does the term impersonalist means? Can you explain that?
Yeah. That's a good, very important question. Even, when I started reading Bhagavad Gita, it took me a lot of time to understand many of this philosophy. Not that I know everything now. I'm also an aspiring devotee. So impersonal is the one that is without a form, which is called Brahman. There are 3 concepts of understanding the absolute truth. One is the Brahman. Brahman doesn't have a form. Okay. And then here somewhere Srila Prabhupada also would mention that Krishna is the source of Brahman as well as the super soul. See, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that the supreme realization begins from the impersonal Brahman, and then rises to the localized super soul. So this is Brahman, individual, entities, and this is the super soul that controls all the individual Brahman. Brahman is all pervading throughout the universe, the entire manifestation, without a form. It is like you are inside the house, you are the owner, you are everything in that house, but there is also some space, right? Vacuum in the house, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, but you are the owner of that also. But if somebody says, it looks like your 70% of your house is vacuum, so vacuum is the owner, would you accept that?
No.
It is something like that. Maybe my example is not that polished, but it is that kind of an understanding. Any house you enter, most of the space, let's say they say 3,000 square feet or 4,000 square feet, most of it is just space. That's it, vacuum. Let's say from your floor to the ceiling, it's all vacuum, right? No form there. So somebody again, they may ask, hey, you know what? You are not the owner. The vacuum is the owner. It doesn't have any form at all. And Krishna clearly says that everything comes out of him. Everything. All this, Srila Prabhupada is also saying here that it starts with the impersonal, rises locally, but the ultimate word in the absolute truth is personality of Godhead. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Sabdeti. This concept of this kind of impersonal meaning that infinite, the absolute realization of the truth or the energy, whatever you want to call, that is there even in other religions. They say that we cannot define God because he is infinite. How can I say just one particular form is God? But that is why Bhagavad Gita is so straightforward. After going through reading the Bhagavad Gita, nobody should have any doubt at all. Here, Krishna is very clearly saying that, let us read this one more time. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think I, the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna, was impersonal, meaning he didn't have a form before. And this formless Brahman created Krishna. He says that is not true. Krishna is saying this. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Very important, devotees. Very important. So, what is the confusion is all here, the way the Vedas have been interpreted. Okay. When we say Vedas, the four Vedas, the Rig, Sama, Yajur, Atharva, they glorify a lot of things about the supreme energy, but they don't give a form to that. That is followed by the Upanishad. Upanishad, the 108 Upanishad, I think there are main about 11 or 12 Upanishad. They also give many, many aspects. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is we can say, the concise knowledge of Upanishad. But the major difference between Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita is that this is being presented by Bhagavan himself. So this should not be, if you just read Upanishad without Bhagavad Gita, they will all say the ultimate energy is impersonal, Brahman. But when they read that with, in conjunction with Bhagavad Gita, everything will be clear. Because all the glorification, all the qualities that have been referred in the Vedas and the Upanishad, they all refer to Krishna. So many of these verses, it is there in the Upanishad also. But here Krishna is saying, I am that Brahman, I am everything. I am the imperishable and the supreme. It is said that this kind of an impersonal realization has got 5 stages. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya, then Vijnanamaya, then Anandamaya. Finally, it's Anandamaya. Anandamaya is what is Krishna consciousness. Finally, if somebody, even the Jnani, only he will not get Anandamaya, which is Satchitananda, unless he gets into Krishna consciousness, unless he understands Krishna. Otherwise, he can go up to the Vijnanamaya, meaning he can be self-realized. He can be detached. But when you come to know about Krishna, when you get all your concentration, when you get attached to Krishna, you get Anandamaya also. Anandamaya is very important because without Anandamaya, after you have reached the perfect level of selfless, detached, still there is a chance of falling down. But whereas once if you know Krishna, everything is taken care of. Devotee, this is very nicely explained again in chapter 12. Krishna does not throw just one or two important verses. He again repeats it. Chapter 12, devotees, my humble suggestion, recommendation is that we have to read the first 15 verses at least 2-3 times. Very important. Arjuna would ask, at that point, Arjuna has seen the Vishwarupa. He is completely scared actually after seeing the Vishwarupa. He's saying, Krishna, I don't want to see this anymore. Because Krishna is showing everything, all the 14 lokas, all the universe, every devas and devatas, the Arjuna's, lineage from the Kuru, everything, Yayati, everybody can see everything. And all the human, the living entities are going through Krishna's mouth. Some are coming out of it. We might have seen some pictures like that, right? So Arjuna is saying, okay, I have understood Krishna. I didn't realize you are everything. I know Narada has mentioned this, all the Acharyas have referred to, but I have always considered you as a friend. Please forgive me. But that is a Sakya Bhav, Krishna accepts that. He is a very dear friend of Krishna. And immediately after chapter 11, in 12, Arjuna would ask, Krishna, now I'm confused. Since you have shown me your Vishwarupa, how shall I interact with you? How shall I worship you? What is my, process? Because you are everything. Shall I worship you as a river? Shall I worship you like everything with millions of presentation you have shown in your form? Or what will I worship the devatas? Very nicely, verse by verse, devotees. 12:1, he would ask the question from 12:2, 12:10, Krishna one by one, 12:2, Krishna would say, Arjuna, the best way you can worship me is in my personal form. Very clearly said, very clear, my personal form. And then you will go to other verses. He's saying, if you cannot do that for some reason, you would give certain alternative. Yes, you can also do with this kind of a... Again, this Mayavadi thing, impersonal thing has got 2-3 concepts. One is the Brahmavad, one is the Mayavad. Brahmavad are all those who concentrate on the Brahma Jyoti and the Brahman aspect of it. He says, yes, that also you can do, but he's saying it's a very difficult path. Krishna himself is saying. So the question is that why do we want to take a very, very hard path, and there is many, many chances of not reaching the final realization? When Krishna is standing here in front of Arjuna, giving all this thing, and Krishna himself is saying that he is the imperishable and supreme. Why not we just consider Krishna? What else do we need? Mahabharata, every other verse, aham, mama, mai, I am everything. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, everything comes out of me. What is the doubt here? It is again going back to that example of house. You can keep on thinking, what is all in this house? There is so much vacuum there. I think vacuum is the majority. It's not like that. It is Prisha Mataji is the owner of the house. So it includes the Brahman, the Paramatma, and the Bhagavan. And the Bhagavan is the ultimate realization. not otherwise. It's not that Brahman created Krishna. Krishna, everything comes out of Krishna. Does that answer your question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, I'm clear about what actually that means. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. That is why impersonal, many people may not understand. Impersonal, as the name suggests, it is a concept that there is no, the ultimate truth, ultimate energy does not have a form. Personal meaning, it's a person, you have a form. And impersonal meaning, there is no form. So it's a very, very big, very little bit complicated also topic, Matt, let us see. Very briefly, devotees, it's already, time is, we are close to 9. So here is how the entire philosophy works. Shankaracharya came, he gave the Advaita philosophy, that, the impersonal Brahman. Brahma Satya, Jagate Mithya. Devotees, one thing you have to be sure, Brahma, little extended, they are not the same. Brahma means the Brahman, impersonal aspect of the Lord. But Brahma is the Lord Brahma, again a creation of Krishna only. We saw up to the Satyalok, he is the owner of the Satyalok. And then again, Brahman is different. Brahman means who belongs to the Brahman, kind of the Varnas. So they are not the same. Sometimes many people will read Brahman as Brahman or a Brahman as Brahman. They are, even though spelled in English, there is nothing much you can do. But only through the context, we should know whether this particular thing is referring to a Brahman or Brahman. Brahmana. Brahman is the impersonal aspect. So Shankaracharya talks about the Brahman aspect of this. He says everything is Brahman. Other than this, everything is a Maya. Once if somebody gets clear out of the Maya, they will go to the perfect understanding of Brahman. Then this is in the 8th century. All the acharyas that have come after that, this is Bhaskara. They negated this. They said that it cannot be true. If there is Brahman is everything, how come even Maya came into picture? How? If Brahman is the purest, where is Maya? Who created that? They don't have a good answer for that. Okay. Then Ramanuja came, he also negated Actually, Shankaracharya, very rightly explained by our Subal Prabhuji, at that point, this is the best Shankaracharya could do it, because after Krishna ended his Leela, several centuries, almost like 2000 years, lot of, that's why Lord Buddha came. And then to change, at that time, a lot of sacrifice and animal killing, no concept of God, things were happening. So he came up, he did not pay too much. It is only Vishnu only, Buddha, Lord Buddha. It is there in the Bhagavatam. He's one of the avatars of Vishnu, Krishna. But he does not really concentrate too much on the Veda. He brings everybody to a self-realization, like the Jnanamaya, that kind of a stage, to bring everything to a balance. Then based on that, Shankaracharya also, he cannot from completely Jnanamaya, no personal form, nothing. You cannot go to all this Krishna and Vishnu and Lord Hari and so on. So he brought this, he brought back the Vedas. Actually, Shankaracharya did some good thing. He brought back all the Vedas, the Shastras, all, Bhagavad Gita. He has also written the explanation on Bhagavad Gita. And his most popular, Bhaja Govinda. There he says, why would Shankaracharya write such a poem? He says, oh, silly mind, just concentrate on, Govinda. Otherwise, you have no chance of spiritual aspect at all. Why would he say that? He would have easily said, just, Brahman. No. Here, Srila Prabhupada is also writing that Shankaracharya also had confirmed that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So anyhow, Ramanuja comes, he negates Shankaracharya. He says it's not possible. There has to be all souls, also qualitatively they are the same. There is somebody called Ishvara who controls everything. Individual Jivatma cannot control. For example, I cannot control other Jivatmas. That only that Paramatma, Ishvara, Bhagavan can do it. And Ramanuja Acharya said that Ishvara is Vishnu, Lord Hari, Krishna. Okay. Then Nimbarkacharya came. He said that Krishna is everything. Whereas Shankaracharya said Brahman is everything, he said that Krishna is everything. Then we have this Vallabhacharya, same thing. Then we kind of follow this Dvaita, Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya came in the 13th century. He said that no, there is a superior, that is the Paramatma. Lord Vishnu is that Paramatma. He's much, much above. He's the complete controller. Okay. Then we have some, of course, then 16th century, our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, comes in the form of a devotee. He brings this philosophy, Achinta, Veda, Abeda. Meaning, Achinta, it's a little difficult to understand. Veda means there is difference, yet it is one. So the philosophy we all understand, yes, we are part and parcel of Krishna, but we are not Krishna. Krishna is very, very superior. He is supreme. He can control. He can manage. He can maintain. He can create. He can do everything. But we have some quality. The quality wise, we are good. What is that quality? Satchit Ananda. I think here Srila Prabhupada would also use the word Satchit Ananda somewhere. Satchitananda. Lord Krishna is Satchitananda. So that is what our main quality of our Atma is, Satchitananda. But again, even though that is our quality, we cannot control that. Only Krishna is the controller. So how do we understand this realization, devotees? Again, the easiest way is chanting. Can somebody chant?
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yes, devotees, this is the simplest method as given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's coming from, Krishna only. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the form of a devotee. This is the easiest way in this Kali Yuga. Because these scriptures, Shastra, we can read unlimited. There are millions of words, verses. How are we going to read everything? You have to read, you have to understand, you have to implement, you have to perfect. It's a very tough call, very, very tough call. So devotees, I think the time we have gone above the time. Why not we take some final comments or thoughts? Mahesh Prabhu, anything you want to say?
Yeah, this is really a very nice shloka as usual, and I got a lot of knowledge about Vedanta itself and the theory, how different acharyas interpreted that differently. But the main knowledge which gave us is Lord Sri Krishna is the supreme Godhead, and we should chant our Hare Krishna mantra every day, every moment, every time, whenever it's possible. Yeah, so that way we can reach the Supreme God and the Bhulok. I'm sorry, I forgot that the Sri Krishna's place, the
Goloka, Krishna Loka.
Krishna Loka.
Krishna.
Krishna Loka. Yeah. So we all can go to Krishna Loka with that help from that Hare Krishna mantra. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, when you reach there, don't forget me.
No, we all are going for sure.
Try to pull me also, because only devotees can pull other devotees. Otherwise it's not possible. Very good, very nice realization, Prabhu. Yeah. Krisha Mataji, Indira Mataji, any final comments? We have gone definitely above the time, but we can take maybe a couple more minutes.
Yes, Prabhuji, without Krishna consciousness, if we read Vedic literature or anything like related to Vedas, so it's like, there's no point in doing that without Krishna consciousness. By chanting and having a Krishna conscious and reading Vedas together, we can understand Krishna, Lord Krishna better. And I also understood the impersonal and personal form of Krishna. So that's it, Prabhu.
Very good, Mataji. Okay. Devotees, I know we have a lot more thoughts and we will have some question also. I'm sure we will continue tomorrow. There is a lot of 7 is very important, 9 is very important. All chapters, all verses. But if you understand one by one, Krishna is very nicely, is giving all the philosophy, all the principle. And when we get to the chapter 18, it's a very nice spiritual journey, right? So our mind will be very clear. And then comes the final examination for us. After knowing this, what are we going to do? Krishna in 18th chapter, he asks Arjuna, Arjuna, I have given you all the good advice and instruction. Now you do whatever best you think you can do. So either we can use Krishna's instruction in a positive way, or we misuse it. We still don't get it. We are still confused. That is what is the usage of free will. Krishna gives that much of free will. We can use or misuse this instruction. Devotees, we shall conclude here. Haribol. Vanchakalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ISKCON Tampa Sankirtana ki jai. ISKCON Tampa Bhagavad Gita study ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. Devotees, have a glorious Krishna consciousness evening. We shall see you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.